Hey, this is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, and I just kind of put my garage together so I can do a little bit of my training here at the house. And and it's nice and warm out here, especially in Florida. So I can get a nice sweat out here. Hitting my bag, my bicycle, whatever. But look, now one of my favorite drills, and I know there's a lot of training aids out there. In a sense, hey, I make a lot of them myself. And eventually I'll get them to market. We'll see how that all goes. But one of the best training aids that I have found, and it reminds me of the day I was growing up in West Virginia working on my granddaddy's farm. Whether it was throwing bales of hay, or just, I don't know, slopping hogs, whatever. I'm a country boy. But the one thing I can remember, it's just like when we used to tear down houses and you used to taking the blocks, and if y'all know, back in the day, you didn't throw nothing away. You tore down a house so you can get all the material out of it. Matter of fact, a lot of the homes that was in my area that was built, was after refurbished materials found from other houses, whether my grandmother then was straightening nails, that goes in the houses. It's just all kinds of stuff. So you learn a lot of stuff growing up on the farm. But one of my favorite drills that I like to do, and reminds me of those days, and you can get one of these bricks at Home Depot for, I think I paid like $1.80 for it or something like that, maybe even cheaper. But one of my drills, and it takes a strong person to do this, because my top-down philosophy, and I like to build my up. That's the biggest thing. I like to build my up, and then I have the strength, baby, to bring it down. So one of my drills, I like to take this block, and I sit here. Oh, let me get my club. And I'll hold my club in my hand, and I'll take this block, and right there, and I have it like, let me get a ball over here, and I'll put it like I'm in my address position, and this is like a brace for me. And then all of a sudden, I'll just take this block, and I go this way. See how I got my hand that way? And I'll take it up. And I just like the feeling of going that way, and I try to do 4 or 5 of those just to feel that. I want that weight. I want to feel myself pulling that up. And then I'll take it and I'll go this way and I'll pull it up all the same. And what I'm doing, I'm just feeling basically what I felt as a kid when I, worked on a farm. And I only really practice getting this one. I'll hold it up there and I'll bring it. Because like I said, in my top-down philosophy, if it goes up, I can't turn on my hips and all that to bring it down. It'll do that on its own if you let it. And that's what I work on. And then when I finish that, I do little one-armers. I got one of those nice clubs. I got my grip on it, one of the larger training grips. And it's locked in perfectly with my dead fingers, and it works so well. And then all I do is I feel that same little lift. Feel that same lift. So then when I go to make my golf swing, because the key to my swing and my top-down philosophy, I got to get that club up in the air. So regardless if y'all want to take it around, because look, this is what happened to you all when y'all short arm yourself. See, regardless, you all just think you're turning, but what's happening is that, yeah, you may be turning, but that club is lifting. And so now all of a sudden when you're getting here and you're stopping, somewhere in here trying to keep the arms close to the body, then you haven't gotten the full range of motion of all these big muscles that's in your back, your shoulder and all. You haven't gotten the full range of it. So now all of a sudden you get here and now you're trying to make this go. And the arms are trying to figure out, okay, what is it that I'm doing? Where do I go? Do I keep going up? Do I go down? And it causes a lot of confusion. It's just kind of like if you get to the start, you got to get to the finish. So that's why I do that drill with the with the cinder block, is basically so I can feel the full range of motion of my arm coming up, and then all of a sudden, it's easy to break it down. So that's one of the drills that I do, just one of them. I do many of them, but that's one of the main things. And the main thing in my top-down philosophy is that I am working on getting the arm, getting everything up. And if I can get it up, then bringing it down should be easy. So, go to Home Depot, get you a brick or block, cinder block. and work on it. Even if you can't get it all the way up there, get you something that can do that. You can take a 10-pound weight, but get the feeling of getting that all the way up. Take it past, get it up, then go that way and get it up so you get the full range of both sides of the arms. Give it a try. Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, coming to you from my, little workout area, and always good golf.